Everyone, please try to open your class books and move to page 110. And as you know, we finished unit 13, so today we'll start to study a new unit, which is unit 14. And as usual, this unit contains some lessons, and on the first lesson we have to learn about these vocabularies. And actually these vocabularies are about relatives, relationship. Here we have this classification. We have mother-in-law and father-in-law. Mother-in-law, it means خسو. Father-in-law wata خزو. چوني بونمونه استا دايكي بلين دايكي كانن كي توكا grandmother توكا أبي mother-in-law باوكي تو باشا قولي من ياخد بابلين بابيري تو كا بهر بلين باوكي دايكت أبي بتشي باوكي راستي تو واتا باوكي تو أبي با father-in-law وبا بو باوكيش بهماشي وبا بيتانا وباشا قولي من so mother-in-law and father-in-law. Here we have wife and husband. So دايكي تو وايفا باوكي تو husband. أم دوانا تشب relationship لش نيوان يعني هي دايكي تو وايفا واتا جنا ياخد هاوسرة بابلين female لكيا بلان بو ميل بي وتري husband يعني دايكو باوكي تو وايف و husband باشا قولي من تو خوشكاكا تشي دايكو باوكتن تو أبي با تشي their son أبي با كراكي أوان أجر كتشيش بي أبي با تشي their daughter واتك تشكي أوان okay so son and daughter باش أي أجر بونمونا تو خوشكاكي جورت هبه باشا قولي من خوشكاكي جوري ياخد براكي جورت هبه معرفش كاتو منالي ببي أو كاتا كتو أبي بخالي ياخد بوري أو منالان ياخد بابني مامي أو كاتا أو منالان وات أو خوشكا زاو برازانا أبن بتشيتو أجر كجبه فيميل بي وتمان أجر فيميل بي أبد با نيس أجر أو خوشكا زا ياخد أو برازا كوربي واتميل بي بتشي nephew okay niece and nephew. So let me repeat the words: mother-in-law, father-in-law, wife, husband, son, daughter, niece and nephew. Okay قوليمن استبون منا تو تشي خالتي يعني تو أبي بتشي خالت أبي بنيس أجر كجبي أجر كورجبي أبي بتشي خالت هربي بنفيوي أو وات أبي بخوش كذا أو باشا قوليمن. So that's about the vocabularies. And then if you come down here, we have this story, okay? And the title is We Were Fishing. Look, we were fishing. So now I'm going to show you the story, and at home you can read it twice and you can act this story with your family members, okay? So now let's watch the story together.
Crying, Holly?
Because you're all going back to Australia in only 2 weeks' time.
Yes, it's sad, but let's think about something happy. We've got happy memories, so let's look at the photo album. Look at my funny son. He wasn't making a smoothie, he was making a mess. Do you remember?
Yes. The smoothie went all over him. Look at this one. We were fishing together.
And here we were going to the theatre.
I feel better now, but we'll miss you all so much.
And I'll miss my favourite niece and nephew too. And I hope you'll visit one day.
So my lovely students, after this story we have lesson 2 grammar 1, and it's on page 111. Please keep this lesson for the next video, okay? because it's about grammar and we will study this subject on the grammar book. So now please move to the next page, which is page 112. Look, it's page 112. Here we have this song. The title is When Sally Was Born. When Sally Was Born. So now we will listen to the song and please try to sing the song while you are listening. Okay?
Listen and sing. When Sally was born.
What was Jim doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Jim doing when Sally was born? He was playing. What was Kate doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Kate doing when Sally was born? She was reading. What was Mike doing when Sally was born? When Sally was born, when Sally was born. What was Mike doing when Sally was born? He was working.
My lovely students, after this song here on page 113, 113, here we have lesson 4, phonics and spelling. We have T-I-O-N and S-H-I-O-N ending words. T-I-O-n and S-H-I-O-n, these are two suffixes. They can create sound shin or they can give you sound shin in the words. Okay, so pay attention. Here we have these three words and we have this suffix T-I-O-N and it creates sound shin, like addition, subtraction, invitation. Addition واتر زیاد کردن, subtraction واتر لێک دەرکردن یاخود کەم کردن, invitation it means دعوت کردن. So if you want to add more examples for this sound, for example you can say classification, exaggeration, translation, or you can say motivation. Okay, motivation. The other suffix, which is S-H-I-O-N, also it can give you sound shin, like these two words, fashion and cushion. Okay, fashion and cushion, you know what it means, cushion, cushion, it means balif, or bakushni sara, ahan lay khoshman, in Kurdish language also you will say cushion. Bahama sholo usha English wargira usha cushion. Okay, cushion. So fashion and cushion. And then if you come down, here we have these two chants, let me read them. At school we had a maths competition. We had to do addition and subtraction. Carl won. Lila got an invitation to a fashion show. There were lots of people there, so she sat on the floor on a cushion. You see? So what should you do with these two chants? Read again. Circle the word with T-I-O-N and underline the words with S-H-I-O-N. Wata awani kasawandi shin wata yakhud bablan laragi am suffix sauti au eno druzbun كنت ناو circle كوا awani تريج بيتشانو underline يعني wata أنا كنت ناو circle أني كلا رجي S-H-I-O-N أو druzbun باش أقول يمن وتمان هردو suffix كساوندي شن معناه. Okay, and then if you come down here we have this exercise. We have this suffix with the other one. You have to return the words into the spaces. Addition, subtraction, and invitation. Okay, and for this suffix we have fashion and cushion. Fashion and cushion. Okay, so dear students, that's all about the phonics and spelling. So lovely students, after lesson 4 we have lesson 5. Okay, it is lesson 5 and it is on page 114, 114. We have skills time and the first skill is reading skill. Here we have this text. It says describe what is happening in the picture. if you pay attention to this picture, so this text is describing what happened in this picture. Now we will listen to the audio, and later I'm not going to translate any word into Kurdish language because this text actually is very easy. It doesn't need to translate it. So just you can listen, and later you have to read it very well. Okay, and then we have an exercise about this text. You have to do it. Okay, so now let's listen, and please try to listen carefully. Okay.
Listening 117. Listen and read.
My relatives are coming. We're getting ready for a really special day. My relatives are arriving, and this is where they'll stay. My aunt and my uncle and my cousins Bill and Kate will be here for a week, and I just can't wait. My cousin Bill's a toddler who has just turned 2. He likes to scream and shout just like normal toddlers do. But he's really fun and cute, and he's learning to be good. And I'm going to help him do all the things he should. Kate will sleep in my room on some cushions on the floor. Aunt and uncle in the lounge on a camp bed by the door. But our house is quite small, so it will be quite a squeeze. There'll be 8 around the table, 16 elbows, arms and knees. There'll be queues for the bathroom and queues in the hall. There'll be coats, shoes and bags piled up against the walls. The house will be so noisy as we all like to speak. There'll be laughter and singing for the whole of next week. And when they all go home, I know they'll stay in touch, but the house will be so quiet, and I'll miss them all so much.
Dear students, you know, this text is a poem. You know why? Because it has got rhyme and rhythm. Okay? If you read it carefully, if you read it very well, you can feel it has got a rhyme and rhythm. باش أقول من سو أمل شوي هون روان وسراوة لبروي شي هي rhymey here. باش أقول من then if you come down, here we have this exercise. It is about the poem or the text, so please try to do it. Read again and write short answers. You have to answer the questions, but please try to answer the questions briefly. Okay? Class 4, please pay attention. On the next page, which is page 115, 115, we have lesson 6 and we have listening skill. So we should listen to the audio, then we should practice through these 2 exercises. And the first exercise, ask, listen and number. We have 3 pictures. You have to remember them from 1 till 3 because we have 3 pictures. Okay, and the next exercise, it says listen again, write as Stuart and Emily or a Anna. Okay, you have to write down the 3 names. Okay, so now let's listen to the audio and later you have to do it.
We had a really fantastic holiday this year.
Sorry.
Listening 118. Listen and number.
Listen to these children talking about some of their memories with their families.
Number 1.
I'm Stuart. We had a really fantastic holiday this year. For the first time in my life, I went in an aeroplane and it was really exciting. We went to Australia and saw lots of animals like kangaroos and koala bears. The weather was very hot and I went surfing in the sea. It was so good that I hope we can go back one day.
Number 2.
My name is Emily. The best memory for me was when my baby brother was born. He was really little and had black hair and big brown eyes. He was happy nearly all the time and I helped my mum look after him. Now he is 3 and I can read him stories and play with him.
Number 3.
My name's Anna. I can remember my last birthday. I was 9 and I had a great time. Usually on my birthday, friends come to my house. But last year we went to a zoo because my parents know I love animals. It was great. I didn't just look at the animals, I helped to look after them. First, I fed the monkeys and the giraffes. Then, I helped to wash a big elephant. It was really fun and I'll never forget it.
So after that, we have writing preparation. It is on the same page, I mean page 115, and it is about poem. Let's see what is poem, or how can we recognize a poem. So what can you find in a poem? Look at the poem again. It means this poem, okay? The lines are in different parts or verses. What does mean that? قولي من الله سيري أو هنراوي بيشو يخوابلن أو شعري بيشو بكا ببينا ديرا كان وبس إلا تشي لديرا شعرية كان the lines are in different parts واتر لاينا كان ل part جواز بيكاتون or verse واتا بهمان شيء ديرا شعر قولي من بس تيجيا واتا هر يكيك لمانا لم بارتانا لم versaنا كبيشان أو تري stanza say stanza هر يكيك لم دون نيوا ديرا شعرية شي ما بود روسكا one verse واتا يك ديرا شعري ما بود روسكا باشا قولي من يعني أم دوانا بيكوا بيوتري a verse ام دواني تريش بيك او بيوتري a verse اخوات ام دو verse سو ام دو دير الشعر تشيك من بود روساكن ستانزاك من بود روساكن ياخو بالين بارتك من بود روساكن لو poem لو هون راوي باشا قولي من and some poems rhyme واتهنق لهون راو كان rhyme يعني هي باشا ما بس يشيا ما بيوتري خونديش ما rhyme تشيا this means there are words which sound the same واتا rhyme يعني اويا لستانزاكا ياخو بابلن لفرسكا دو وشي كوتاي او دو نيوة ديرا همان ساوند يان هبه واتا همان دنگ يان هبه اوكي قولي من استيقش دي رايم تيا واتا دو وشي كوتاي او versa همان sound يان هبه. So now let's practice on the poem. Okay, for example, on this part, we were getting ready for a really special day. My relatives are arriving and this is where they'll stay. أجل سيري وشي day لقل stay بكين. Okay, they have got the same sound. واتا همان دنجان هي واتا أمدو وشي day and stay rhyme. أجل من بسالي بكم بلام لم versa خلام بارتها چين بود underline ka the rhyme words واتا أو وشاني كهاو دنجن همان sound يعني تو underline يعني أو كاتيك سرشي underline كي day and stay. And if you want to practice on this verse as well, let me read it. And when they all go home, I know they'll stay in touch, but the house will be so quiet and I'll miss them all so much. So you see these two words, touch and much, they end with the same sound. What I'm doing, haman rhyme yan here. Okay? They have the same rhyme. It means they have got the same sound. So that's about poem and rhyme. باشا قولي من مرجنية همو poem يكيش rhyme هبه. اما چی معنی free poem معنی واتا هون دراوي آزاد معنی كالويا هيج rhyme يكي تيانية واتا او بوتا بطلي خوي ديركان انو سبه اوي هيج rhyme لا هون دراوكا هبه. باشا قولي من وبحمان شي هون دراو معنی كrhyme هي like this one, like this poem I mean. That's about rhyme. So now, dear students, let's practice with this exercise. It says, look at the poem again and answer the questions. Here we have these 3 questions. The first question says, how many verses are there in the poem? So let's count the verses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's count them again. 1 verse, 2 verses, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's why I answered that question and I have written 9. Okay? So the second question says, how many lines are there in each verse? What that verse la chan line pekatwa. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a verse. It means each verse contain 4 lines. So let's write down 4. F-O-U-R. In this way. Circle all the words that rhyme in the poem. واته أو شاني كهمان rhyme يعني همان sound يعني تو بيان كبازنو من إسا چندانه كتبوكم أو أنت بخود بجيالم باشا قولي من for example day and stay. Okay. Kate and wait. chew and do. باشا قولي من تو چیەکەی ئەوانی تر بە هەمان شێوەی من بزانە چ دوو شەیەک بێکەوە هەمان ڕایمیان هەیە واتە هەمان ساوندیانە بە هەمان شێوەی من بیان کە با. Then it says what pattern can you see. گوڵی من ئەم پرسیارە ڕێک ئاوا زەربێکی لێبە why. ئەگەر من ئێستا بێم باسی پاترونی ڤەرسێک یاخود پەومێکە بۆ بکەم ئەم شتە بۆ تۆ تا ڕادێکی زۆر ئاڵۆزە باشە تۆ لە ئێستا پێویست ناکە ئەوە بزانی بەڵام چییە بە هەر بۆی زۆر لە مێشکی شتە نەبێ بە جێگەی پرسیار هەر ڤەرسێک پاترونی خۆی هەیە بۆ نمونە ئەگەر پاترونێک بۆ ئەمە دانێن بڵێن A B با بڵێن C A باشە گوڵی من یعنی بەسی چییە A B C A واتە ئەم ساوندا ئەم ڕایمە لەگەڵ ئەم ڕایمە هەماشتن یان بۆ نمونە پاترونی لاوانێ ئەم ڤەرسەی تریان بە چی نووسرا بێ بە A بۆ نمونە C B A واتە پێچوانی ئەوە بە شێوازێکی تر بێ بەڵام تۆ پێویست ناکە ئەوە لە ئێستا بێ ئەو شتە مێشکی خۆتی بێ و مەشغوڵکەی لەبەرەوەی تا ڕادێک ئاڵۆزە و پێویستێکی واژ نییە بۆ تۆ لەبەرە ئەو پرسیارە زەرپێکی لێ وەڵامی ئەوە پێویست ناکە بێنەوە باشە گوڵین ئەوە نەبەسە that's all بەڵام ئەمە نیوەی بۆ تۆ بەجێشت و کاڵە circle all the words that rhyme in the poem من نیوەی بۆ کردی ئەوانی تر you have to do it باشە خۆت ئەیکەی so گوڵی من واتە هەموو لێسنەکانی U14 مان تاوا کرد لە third class بووکەکە بەڵام جگە لە لێسنی تو کە ئەویش دەربارەی گرامەرە ئێمەش ئەزانین لە گرامەر سەبجێکت دایمە لە سەر گرامەر بووکەکە زیاتر ئاماژەی پێین و ئەیخوێنین لەبەر ئەوە ئەبێ بۆ ڤیدیۆی داهاتوو هەڵی بگرین و بیخوێنین باشە گوڵی من ئێستاش تکایە وەربووکەکە دەربێنە please try to take out your workbook because I'd like to give you some homeworks there. Okay? So class 4, please pay attention about your homework. On page 102 we have these exercises and it is about unit 14 log lesson 1 words. So it means these two exercises are about the words. You have to do them. The next page, which is page 103, it's about grammar. Just skip this page. So move to the next one. Page 104. Just do this exercise, please. Okay. It's about lesson 4 phonics and spelling. You have to do this one. And page 105 also you have to do it. It is about reading. Okay. Lesson 5 reading. Reading skill I mean. Then move to the next page, which is page 106. Okay. Look, it's page 106. It's about writing. Okay, you have to do this exercise as well. And page 107 as well. You have to do it because it is about poem. Okay. قولي من أم pageان زور قرنقتك page 107 بكا بهر شيويك به لقل 106 ايش بهمان شيوه قرنقة هم يان قرنقن try to do all of the exercises باشا قولي من لانتا راديك هستكي زورة بلام وكو أزانم إيو زورني وانا كان تنطاو كردوا كاتا هوموركي وانا كان ترتانية وبردان لمالي شوان بشيكي واهي لاقنين لبرقوا تكايا همو exercise كان بكا واني داهاتو دباري grammar أبد وانا كمان باشا قولي من. So that's all about our today's lesson. Please try to do all of the exercises and have a nice time. Bye bye.